The federal New Democrats want a price cap on grocery store staples if the Liberal government can't convince grocers to bring down the prices themselves. For more on this, we're joined live by NDP Leader Jagmeet Singh. Mr. Singh, welcome back to the show. Thank you for joining us. So you're calling for this price cap on grocery store staples. First of all, I know that the motion has been tabled. Tell me more about your idea.
So this is in response to what people are saying again and again, the cost of groceries are so high. We hear those stories, we hear people really frustrated, and we're seeing the impacts. 1 in 4 Canadians are literally skipping their meals because they can't afford their groceries. And they're saying very specifically they're skipping meals because the cost of groceries are too high. We know food bank usage is at a record high. And all the while, people know when they go into a grocery store and they're paying more than ever before, they know on the other end of that, the CEO of that corporate grocery store is making record profits. And so it really galls people. It makes them angry and frustrated. What's even more frustrating has been Justin Trudeau's response. He said, you need to be better shoppers, and really suggested people should look at grocery flyers, which was really insulting and not really a meaningful solution. And secondly, he said, I'm going to ask the CEOs of these corporations, I'm going to ask them nicely to stabilize prices. Also insulting, and it failed. So we're saying it's time's up. We need a more bold and direct solution given how extreme things are getting. So we're calling for basically a straightforward plan. Force corporate grocery stores to lower the prices on essential items, on staple items, or else we will impose a price cap. And where we got this idea, we saw other jurisdictions do this. It's been effective, and it is something that meets how serious things are. We know that neither Justin Trudeau nor, frankly, Pierre Poilievre has the courage to go after what is really the major driver pushing up the cost of groceries, which is these big corporations ripping you off. We want to stop them from doing that, and we want to bring down the price of groceries.
I think a lot of Canadians would agree with you about how frustrated they are when it comes to these sky-high grocery prices. But the question I have for you, Mr. Singh, is how would this cap actually work? How would the government force companies like Loblaw to agree to this when it's taken this long, this many years to sign on to the grocery code of conduct? How do you get this done?
Well, that's actually a great question. The grocery code of conduct was voluntary. And so companies said, maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't. It's voluntary. And it doesn't really actually bring down the price of groceries. It just provides a list of things that the companies are going to do, the way they're going to approach consumers. It's not enough. It's not serious enough given how bad things are. What we're saying is it's a very powerful threat. Either they lower the prices or we do it for them. And the way we do that is a number of mechanisms that are at our disposal. We have different forms of price caps now that exist in our country. Rent control is an example of a price cap. France, for example, has put in place a price cap and has brought down the price of 5,000 products over 75 retailers. In Canada, it's a lot easier because sadly, we don't have much competition. We really only have Loblaws, Metro, Sobeys, Walmart, and Costco that are the major. When you go to a grocery store, it's going to be one of those 5. And so it's a lot easier to go after them directly and say, lower it or else. We can't afford to have the lackadaisical, lazy approach of the Liberals, which is so out of touch of what people are going through. And that's why we're proposing this concrete plan.
I have some early reaction coming in from the Industry Minister, François-Philippe Champagne. He does not think this is going to work, does not think it's going to be it's a good idea. He says you have commodities which are traded on a global scale. So think about sugar, think about wheat. How can you have a price in one particular region? Your response to that?
We can absolutely put a price on the essential items. We can force these companies to lower them. These companies have admitted that they do it. Loblaws has its own in-brand brand, the no-name brand. It's its in-store brand. And they have made it very clear that they set prices. They decided to freeze prices. We heard a lot of news about that. So they absolutely have control over the prices that they set.
But if the price of sugar, let's say, goes up globally, how do you expect grocers in this country to comply with the cap?
Well, we're saying that you're making record profits. This is not like you're making just good profits. You're posting record profits at a time of record need, of record desperation. So serious time call for serious steps. And the fact that Canadians are hurting so badly at a time when these grocers aren't just making good profits, it's got to be pointed out. They're literally making record profits. So I don't have any sympathy for these large corporate grocery stores that are ripping off Canadians. I want them to lower the prices of essentials or else. I don't have any sympathy for Justin Trudeau, frankly, who has failed to use the power he has to give people a break and thinks that you can just wait for years for more competition. Sure, in the long run, we need more competition, but right now, Canadians need a break, and that's what our plan will do.
NDP Leader Jagmeet Singh, always appreciate your time. Thank you for this.